Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of... Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past. Last time we finished off the second dungeon of the Dark World. This time we will be going on to the third dungeon of the Dark World. But before that, as you can see, we're starting off on the Pyramid of Power here. We're going to get 3 items before we go over there. 2 of them will be heart pieces. One of them will be a rather interesting item that will help us in the next dungeon. It has been a while since I've recorded this and I messed up the intro once. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and use the magic mirror to get out of the Dark World, and the Pyramid of Power is where Hyrule Castle is. Now we're going to warp. Remember when we were over and getting over to the bottom right hand corner of the screen and we went to get the ice rod? Well, there's another thing that I would like to get there that we couldn't get there before because we didn't have bombs. Did we have bombs? No, yeah, we did have bombs, but I didn't want to get it because we were a bit weak and... Wait, no, bombs are what we used. We want to go in here now. Oh, the reason we couldn't get it last time is because we didn't have a bug catching net and a bottle. A bug catching net and a bottle, you say? Well, why would we need those? Well, first off, we want to catch a fairy because this next dungeon is not a pushover. Not in the slightest. But, if we ram into this, a bee appears. And if we catch this bee, we're going to keep it in a bottle. But, it's no ordinary bee. It's a good bee. And that means it's something or other better than normal bees that you could catch around Hyrule Kingdom. And this bee, whenever you release it, will actually help you defeat enemies. And I will tell you what, on the next boss it is so useful that it's not even funny. Now, unlike the last dungeon we did, I keep saying temple, I need to stop that because it's not a temple. Unlike last time when I said we're going to probably have to split into 2 parts, and we didn't, this one we might have to, because first off, it's quite a hassle getting to the dungeon itself. Mostly because we don't have very many entrances into the Dark World on this part of the map. Because if you were paying attention before, our third dungeon is where Lost Woods is, so it's pretty hard to get to it. Needless to say, well, not needless to say, but yeah, I should mention. So, I don't even know how to explain it right now, and I'm getting beaten by normal overworld enemies that should not be happening. Anyway, for the next heart piece, if you would have noticed or came up here before Aghanim sent you to the Dark World, there would have been 2 lumberjacks working on this tree. But they left their work unfinished, so let's finish it for them and go down in here. Now, first off, there's 2 ways to go up here. If you go upwards, you'll find some fairies, a whole crap load of fairies, and they will heal you to all of your heart's content. I would catch one, but all my bottles are full at the current moment. And there's a heart piece, so just a random heart piece that we can get at this moment in time. There are a couple more that we can get up in Death Mountain and other places. Namely the desert in the bottom left-hand corner. But those are really out of the way at the current moment. I'd rather not go all that way. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to navigate through Lost Woods. I'm just going to walk around and go in there. Because the warp actually is in Lost Woods. It's just, it's kind of a hassle to get to itself. Not only is the warp hard to get to, but it's hard to, once you find the warp, it's hard to navigate, to find your way through the Lost Woods after that, and thank God he missed me. I think we want to go down here, because we want to enter Lost Woods from the leftmost area that we can. No, get out of the way. I keep accidentally playing that. I don't want to. But I do suppose it's better than using up a bomb every time I play it, or every time I press the button on accident. You guys are messing up my lasers, for one. Alright, so once we get into Lost Woods, there's one area we couldn't get to before because we didn't have the magic hammer. But now that we have the magic hammer, we can get down into this area that is really secluded, out of the way. And as far as I know, this is the only way to get into the Dark World on this top half of the world at this current moment. Once you have the ability to pick up these heavy rocks right here, you'll have a much easier time of getting up here. But for now, Holy crap, you were hiding in the grass. How does that even happen? Oh my god, you did a lot of damage. And Ghost, I think there's also a... Can you stop? There's a fairy in one of these grasses. Or usually. Well, there usually is. My bad. We don't want to enter the Lost Woods from that direction. We want to go another way. First off, I want to see if I can't find anywhere to heal. Oh, you know what? You know what we can do? We can get another heart piece. In here, you have a treasure chest game. And if you play it, there will be a heart piece in one of these treasure chests. And you can keep trying this over and over as much as you can. And this is probably another thing that gets affected by the luck factor in the fairy fountain that I showed you before. It's not hard to, like, win this. By the way, all of the items are shuffled every time you go in here. It's not hard to win this purely for the fact that you are more likely than not going to win back the rupees that you pay here. Or else, well, I usually do. See, look at that crap. I'm even going to heal myself. What do you know? I'm liking this already. I'm pretty sure you can't find fairies in here, but that'd be nice if you could, because I could use one. To use, not, like, or anything else. Dang, we're just gonna get rich off of this. We're not, you know what, screw the heart piece. We're just gonna get rich. How's that sound? I think this is the most rupees we've had in the whole game, and it's just by playing a luck-based game here. God, don't you love it when that happens? Anyway, I'm probably just going to have to cut until we find the heart piece, so I will see you all then. Oh, what do you know? First try. Might as well open another one. And a piece of... Or, not a piece of heart, but a heart. And I will take that with pleasure. Alright, so now that we are in the dark world up here, we need to go over here. And by the way, there are a whole bunch of things we can do here, and I think it's a town of thieves. That's what it's called when you're in the dark world. There are a whole bunch of things we can do there. Well, not can do, because we can't do it until we get a certain item, and we won't be getting that item until we beat the 4th temple. Or dungeon, not temple, god. Also, these guys usually give you a lot of rupees. I want to go the other way. There is a certain way of doing this dungeon, and it's kind of, I don't know, weird. But I have memorized it, and I'm ready. So first off, you don't want to go into any of the other... okay. Before I say that, I should probably say every single entrance that you see anywhere around here is an entrance into the temple. Or the dungeon, not the temple. First off, we are going to go this way, and I'm going to use ether because I do not want to deal with these things. These mummies. Because they take about, I don't know, maybe 50 sword swings? And that's just not to my liking at the current moment. Also, if you'll come down... Yeah, there's floor masters in here, so you might want to watch for that. Anyway, we want to pull that onto there, and up here we have the big key. In the second room of the dungeon that we see, we get the big key. Yeah, it's just because you're not supposed to know what way to go, and normally you wouldn't get this nearly as soon as I do. Anyway, now that we have the big key, our next priority is to get the dungeon item. And the best path to get the dungeon item from, or probably the only path, why do I even get rupees anymore? Is finding the hole right here that previously had the piece of heart. We are going to want to first off change the holes, and then we're going to want to blow up the wall right here. It's pretty simple once you get to know it. It's not really the hardest dungeon in the... Bombs stun those enemies? I did not know that. Pull the switch here to completely blow open that wall. I would go over hookshot and see what are in those, but I'd rather not get stuck over there and have to sacrifice a piece of heart. Anyway, fire rod right here. Fire rod right here. I say that like we've seen it 1,000 other times. No, the fire rod is this dungeon's item, as opposed to the ice rod. That is the map over there in the top right corner. As opposed to the ice rod, it shoots fire and pretty much defeats the mummies in one hit. So they're really good for dealing with undead enemies, and is our ticket into the next half of the dungeon. I say half, but this is hardly half. Like I said, oh, you know what? we probably won't have to split this into 2 parts if I play my cards right. Oh god, he was coming close. I think they're called Gibdos? I'm pretty sure. Because that's what they're called in Ocarina of Time. So it would make sense. Anyway, now that we're out of there, by the way, this is another part. This is a whole different section of the Lost Woods, or whatever they're called. The Hidden Forest, I think it's called. By the way, this is my favorite song in the game. That's why it's used in the outro. We need to use the fire rod here and blow up on this thing. And hopefully find some hearts under these skulls. Maybe not. Oh, you are a pesky bugger. You found your way all the way to me. You're smart. Anyway, this is where the real dungeon starts up. Right off the bat, we're going to want to go this way and avoid that ball of light by staying in the corners. And find our way through this little mini maze on the bottom. There is a way to skip this part if you find a key earlier in the dungeon, and then just don't use it on any of the other key doors. But, I don't know, I just don't feel like going out of my way. And now we're going to, instead of going through all of that crap again, use the magic mirror. And now that we have that key, we can go straight up here and have a good time. I'm not going to risk getting hit by that fire rod thing of death. Okay, so we have a couple of more rooms to go here. Oddly enough, we're almost done with the dungeon. Actually, you know, when I said that this was going to be a long one, forget that. This is not long at all. It's usually long when I play it, but I guess not when I know what I'm doing. Anyway, like I said, fire rod kills these buggers in one shot. The lamp does not. The lamp does not harm them. These things die with 2 slashes of your sword or a pot to the face. So now we have to light all of these lamps, or whatever. Also, it kills the hands in one shot. Go up! Oh, yes, that's the first time I've gone through that room without getting hurt. The Gibdo has the key in this room. I want to burn him. I would rather not get too involved with many of the things in here. I should mention, if the wall masters get you, if they grab you, then they take you to where you last entered the dungeon at. And I'd rather not show that off. Alright, we're about to go into the boss room. I'm gonna go ahead and equip the good bee, because this thing's going to be a lifesaver. This is gonna get a little hectic, so let him out and instantly equip the fire rod, because it is so good on this guy. Also, see how the good bee is just murdering him. Look at that! Look at that! Also, the fire rod is like super effective against this guy. Imagine him as a Venomoth. Oh, our good bee went down. Yeah, he doesn't last forever. But I think with the damage he's done to the moth, also he's called Mothula, I think we'll be good. And there is a reason I got those other 2 fairies, by the way. Because this guy does a lot of damage. It's easy to die here. No doubt there. Good thing I got the fairies, and we are running out of magic. Hopefully I can do this before that happens. I don't think he regains his life. No, he definitely does not. Anyway, beat him first try without too many problems, thank God. Did we just complete this dungeon in about 9 minutes? I think we did. I really like that. Okay, I haven't beaten this dungeon in practice yet, because it killed me so many times. I'd just like you to know that. Cutscene. Yes, I understand. That's the 3rd maiden that we've saved, only 4 more to go. We are getting there. 13 heart containers, I love it. I love it so much. Anyway, now that we've completed that, I think it's about time to end off this video. It's only been 15 minutes. I love this so much. We just got so much done in 15 minutes. God, I love it. Anyway, getting past my super happiness. I will see you all next time on The Legend of Zelda Ocarina... Shit. Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, and goodbye.